Hi guys, so I'm doing a tag today, a 50 random facts about me tag, and I've been tagged by a video that I watched on YouTube, and her name is ECanadianBeauty, and I'll link her video down below and you can see it if you'd like. But these are 50 facts about myself. I wrote them down because at first I thought I would just do this video by talking and keeping track, but it was really hard. So I actually wrote some down and I'll get started. The first fact about myself was that I was born in Quebec, Canada, and in fact I was born 9 weeks too early. So I was majorly premature, and back in the early 70s, that's when I was born, 1973, I wasn't expected to live, so I was baptized the day that I was born. We moved to Ontario when I was a baby, and after that we moved to Manitoba when I was 4 years old. Now number two fact, oh, I said that I was born 9 weeks too early. That's right. The third fact is that I was raised at an airport, at a lake. My dad is now retired, but he was a meteorologist and working for the government, and he was stationed at an airport at a very beautiful Clearwater Lake, it's called. And it's one of the third top clearest lakes in the world. It's not ranked third, it's ranked as the top 3 clearest lakes in the world. So, and that is a fact. In fact, actually, I think it's the second clearest lake in the world now, because one of the lakes I can't remember where, Japan or wherever the other lake was, is starting to get polluted. Another fact, I love the color pink. When I was a young girl, pink was my favorite color, but as I grew older, like in my early teens, pink was a baby color, so I didn't like pink anymore, so it was purple. Everything was purple, and I loved purple until I was maybe in my late 20s, and after that I started loving pink again. Another fact about me is I taught myself how to play the piano when I was young. I always loved the piano. I saw the piano for the first time when I was 4, fell in love, but no one taught me how to play. My parents never had a piano, so I couldn't learn how to play. They couldn't afford me to have lessons, and I begged my friends to teach me how to play, and they didn't want to teach me. So I just played myself. I played by ear. I can play music on the piano, but I don't know the proper fingerings. I just play. Another fact is I am a fanatic about first aid kits. I don't know why I love first aid kits. I love the bandages, the tape you get in there, the safety pins, the bandages. I don't know why. I really love first aid kits. I love collecting them. I love making them. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I do. Another fact about myself is I have a passion for outdoor skills and survival skills. Maybe that's partly why about the first aid kit. I really love survival skills. How to build fires, how to build shelters. When I was a kid, growing up at the airport with the woods, my dad, he never let me use tools of any sort. No hammers, no saws, definitely no saws, no string, no tape, no nothing. And I used to build shelters with just what nature provided. So that's how I learned how to build forts, but I love building forts too. Another fact about myself is I love Avon makeup. I am an Avon representative. I have been now for just over 2 years, and I even bought makeup before that for about 4 years. And growing up, my mom used to sell Avon, so I've always been around Avon, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I have a huge collection of Avon makeup. I have to quit. Another fact about myself is I am divorced with 3 sons. My oldest is 16. Wow, 16. No, he's turning. My oldest is turning 15. My middle boy is turning 12, and my youngest is turning 8. I didn't think about that because I can't believe how fast they're growing. Another fact is I am engaged to be married again, so looking very much forward to that. It's gonna be awesome, and my fiance has no kids of his own, so it will just be us and my kids. Another fact, I love to cook and bake. I think I'm pretty good at both. I don't do gourmet cooking or anything, but I do love just cooking in general. Breakfasts, lunches, suppers, and baking things. Not so much pie or anything, but baking like cookies and cakes and scrumptious desserts. Another fact, I love daily planners, like diaries. I've had a diary since I was 8 years old. So I love planning. I love doing organizers. I love decorating them. And just journals in general. I really like that. Another fact, I am a teacher. I love teaching. I want to be a teacher since I was in the 2nd grade. It's always what I used to play school. I was always a teacher, correcting papers, doing the paperwork, teaching kids, playing with kids. I'm a kindergarten teacher, so it's perfect. I'm specialized in that field with preschool kids and kindergarten kids. From ages 3 to 6 is what I'm specialized in, and I love it. It's great. Another fact about myself, I am an introvert. I'm shy around especially new people. I'm very, very quiet around peers. But it's strange though, but not with my kids, not with my students, not with my boys. I'm very goofy and silly, and I hear all the time, "Oh, teacher, you're so funny," because I'm a ham act, but only around them. Around people, I'm really, really introverted, and I'm just really shy. Another fact about myself is that I was in school as a kid. I was very outgoing. I was goofy and silly, and I liked an audience. When I was a kid, I was a leader for my friends at school and at home, but when I hit grade 7, that's when I became super, super shy. Oh, I was going to say, I think I'm shy because of my voice, and I know I have a slur to my voice, and a lot of people, they always say, what'd you say? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. And, it's just annoying, so I just rather not say anything. But when I hit grade 7, that's when I became super shy. Because I think the thing is, when I went to school from kindergarten to grade 6, I was in one school. And in my community, which I still live in, there were 3 elementary schools. So there was my school, there was another school, and yet a 3rd school. And when you go to grade 7, the grade 7 kids from... So yeah, once we hit grade 7, that's when all the grade 6 kids came together. So technically my grade 7 class, I only knew 1/3 of the kids, and I became very shy. And ever since then, I was very shy, very quiet, and just kept to myself. Another fact about myself is I don't swear. I will swear if I really, really, really mean it, and if I'm really angry, but normally I don't swear. I listen to them. Like, I'm not offended if I hear it, but I just don't swear. Like, I have friends who swear all the time, and it's no big deal to me, but me personally, I just don't swear. And if they do hear me swear once in their life, they're totally shocked. They're like, oh, Brenda swore. Like, they're just totally shocked. Even my parents have never heard me. Another fact about myself is that with people, I'm generally overly polite. Please and thank you. Even when I'm at my mom's house, I'll ask her still. Another fact about myself is that I don't like hearing rumors, and I'm not a part of the rumor. I don't care to listen to rumors, and I don't partake in any of those gossipy hens people. I'm not into that. Another fact about myself is that I have jet black hair, and I'm the only female in my whole family that has black hair, and I felt like an outcast when I was a kid because all my friends didn't have black hair. I was the only one with black hair and fair skin out of everyone I knew, and I felt really weird about myself. I felt ugly. I wanted to dye my hair so bad to brown, so bad. My mom had brown hair, my aunt had brown hair, my grandmother had brown hair, my other grandmother had white hair, my dad had black hair, but he's a guy. I had no aunts from his side, and no cousins have black hair, no brothers that have black hair, no sisters, no nothing. I was the only one, and my dad. And apparently my grandmother had jet black hair too, but I only have known her with white hair. Another fact is that I have one brother, 0 sisters. Another fact, love the smell of fresh baked bread. It smells so good. Another fact, I love strawberries. Wild strawberries. When I was a kid, we had fields at the airport, and they were filled with wild strawberries. And wild strawberries are actually very small. They're the size of peas. The first time I saw a domestic strawberry, like the kind you see in the stores, I was like 12 years old. And the first time I seen a strawberry that big, my eyes were like, I'm in heaven. Look at that strawberry. It's giant. And I bit into it, and I've never bitten into a domestic strawberry before, and they're very different from wild strawberries. Wild strawberries are way sweeter, and they're very delicious. The ones you buy at the store, they have that white core in them. They don't have that with wild strawberries. What else? Speaking of being 12 years old, and growing up at a lake, the lake is about half an hour away from town, so we used to bus into town for school. Now on the other side of town, we had farms, and I had no idea that our community had farms, like, cows and horses and chickens and pigs. I had no idea because I grew up at a lake with bears and wolves and deer and moose, and geese. I had no idea. Like, I knew about farms, of course. I knew about cows and horses, but the first time I found out that we have cows and horses this far up north, I was shocked. Another fact about myself is I hate fish. I don't like fishing. I don't like eating fish. Ugh. I don't like the smell of fish. It's disgusting. But I will eat pickerel sometimes. Maybe. Another fact about myself is if I see any of my students or any kids who are in my school where I teach, and if I see them disrespecting something or someone, I get very angry at them, and I will tell them, and I will give them heck for it. I don't tolerate disrespect at all. That's the one thing that gets me mad. I don't get mad very often, but when I do, it's mostly about disrespect. Another fact about myself is that I played the flute in school from grade 7 until 12, and that's when I learned how to read music, and that's when I learned, like, I told you that I loved playing the piano. Well, once I learned how to read music, I used to buy piano books and play them. And as for the fingerings, I just tried my best to play what I could. And I used to make up my own music as well. The kind of music I made up was fast-paced, kind of like electronica music, and kind of like scary action horror music. That's what I really liked. Another fact about myself is I took French in school from grades 4 until 12, and also a bit in university. I'm not fluent in French, but I can read it, and I can understand if I can read it, like I can read it and understand it, but I can't really speak it that well, or I try to speak it. People will tell me I have a little bit of a French accent. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. But many people have asked me if I have a French accent. But I don't know. When I get shy around people, I think the accent comes out a little bit. But also my grades in French were always excellent compared to my English. My English to me is very hard. French was very easy. I love French. Another fact about myself is I love science. I'm a science girl. I'm pretty good at math, but mostly at science, especially space science, astrology, astronomy. Even I know astrology isn't quite a true science, but the supernatural, the paranormal, I'm very interested in those kind of science. Psychology. I took psychology at university for a few years. I've always loved it. Like, especially the things that people don't want to talk about, like the interpretation of dreams, and those things just fascinate me. Another fact is I love horror movies. I used to love horror movies a lot more when I was a kid. Now that I'm older, I haven't watched too many of them. But if I do watch a horror, it's going to be like a religious horror, like The Conjuring or Paranormal Activity, stuff like that. The Amityville horror, when I was a child, I was so interested in the house, just stuff like that. I loved it. Another fact about myself is, speaking of movies, I love action movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger is my hero. Sylvester Stallone is my hero. Stuff like that. I just love those kind of action movies. Any movie that Arnold or Sly is in, I love. Another fact about myself is I'm not good at taking care of plants. I don't have a green thumb at all. Another fact, I love the smell of lilacs. I have a lilac tree in my yard. That's why I keep looking at outside the window. So I love the smell of lilacs. And the color is so pretty. I love that purple so much. Another fact about myself is I love being on my own. I told you I'm an introvert, and my fiance, he is well. Like, we have acquaintances and friends, but not close friends. I have one best friend, and she was my best friend since she was 2 years old. I was 4 years old. I'm now 42 years old, and she is now 40 years old. So I've known her for 38 years, and we still keep in touch, and we don't live in the same community, but we do see each other at least once for sure, one time a year, but maybe more, hopefully more. She's my best friend. Let's see. Another fact, speaking of my age, I look very young for my age, which I don't mind. I always love telling people my age because they don't believe me that I'm 42. Like, I mean, on camera, you could always, even pictures, you can alter looks, but in person, I get asked all the time, like, how, like, they just don't believe my age, in person, especially. Another fact about myself is I love to listen to foreign music. Any kind of music. I love most genres of music. The one that I don't especially listen to is the new country. I love the old country because my parents, excuse me, like I grew up listening to old country music because that's what my parents listened to, like Neil Young and Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, like those older people I've listened to. I don't really much listen to the new country, but I'll listen to classical, I'll listen to new age, I'll listen to nature sounds, I'll listen to heavy metal, I'll listen to rap, I'll listen to dance, pop, rock, like most everything. But my favorite type of music is electronica, for sure. I also listen to foreign music from around the world, music in different languages. I like them all. The only type of music I don't like listening to, like when it's on, is new country and Native American native music, Native American, like that music at like powwows and like that kind of music or the beat. I'm not into that, but most everything else I really like. Another fact about myself is I love saving money. I rather say, some people, not everyone, but they always like to brag, I guess, about what they've bought. Oh, look at this expensive thing I bought. Isn't it awesome? I spent this much money on it. Me, I love saving money. To me, I love bragging about how much money I saved. Oh, look at this, what I bought, and I saved this much money. That's what I like to brag about, is how much money I saved. Another fact about myself is I play video games. I am a gamer. I think I mentioned that in a video I've done before. But I do play video games. Right now, like I don't own anything current, like I don't have a PS4 or a Wii U. I don't even have a PS3, but I do have a Wii, a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, a Nintendo 64, a Nintendo, a Game Boy, a 3DS, and a DS, and DSi, and a PSP, and I think that's all the systems we have, but one of these days, I think I am going to get a Wii U and upgrade. Another fact about myself is that growing up, my parents were very strict. I mean, they didn't beat us or nothing like that. I mean, like we were taught very high, respectful values. Let's see. Another fact about me is that my mom is very outgoing and I find her as very powerful. She knows a lot of people and she has contacts. If I'm in any trouble, like with my vehicle stranded or stuck with my kids for babysitting or even through my divorce, my mom was there. She contacted the lawyers for me. She would contact the mechanics for me. She would and I'm not saying that she didn't allow me to do these things on my own. Of course she did, but I mean, like, if I was really stuck, like, she would know what to do. Like me, I worry a lot, and I can stress easy, but my mom, she took care of everything. She's very powerful. But another fact, speaking of my parents, is that they are also divorced. They divorced when I was 12 years old. Another fact about myself is speaking about my mom. However, my dad, on the other hand, is very laid back, and he's more accepting of my interests. Like my mom, if she has no time to explore or experience different things, that, like, if she didn't like it, then she doesn't like it and she doesn't even want to try it. Like, for instance, my weird music. If if I put on my music that I like, Mom would say, like, what are you listening to? Turn it off. Like, I'm not listening to that. However, my dad, he's more accepting. I'll say, Dad, this is what I like to listen to, and he'll actually listen to it. And he won't say, like, turn that off or nothing like that. He's more accepting of my interests and my likes, and he doesn't say anything negative about that. My mom might say, oh, that's just stupid, or, you know, she's not as accepting as my dad is. Another fact about me is that I have, like I said, I have one brother and 0 sisters, and my brother and I are very different. He is a lot like my mom, and I'm a lot like my dad. Another fact, I received honors in high school when I graduated. I received a trophy when I graduated. I used to receive awards all through elementary and pretty much junior high school, but in high school I was so introverted and so shy that I would purposely not do good in my schoolwork so that I wouldn't have to go up on stage and receive a medal for it. Like, every month the students used to be recognized for their outstanding excellence on their academics or behavior, and they would come up on stage and you would receive an award, and I didn't want to receive no awards. So, but my last year in high school, I thought, I'm going to be on stage anyway to receive my diploma, so I might as well get back into gear and get my grades back up high. So I did. I finally got that award at the end of the year. Another fact about myself, I'm almost done, is that I love photography. My dad bought me a camera when I was, I think, 6 or 7, maybe 7. And it was my first camera, and I love taking pictures. I still do. And most of the time, I take nature pictures. I love nature. Another fact about myself, my voice is going, is that I love highway driving and the speed. I love speeding down the highway. I don't speed enough where I get caught and get a ticket. I've never received a speeding ticket, but I do love highway driving and cranking the music and rolling the windows down and just let my hair fly. I absolutely love that. Another fact about myself is that I hate roller coasters at amusement park rides. My stomach just goes everywhere. Even if I look at a roller coaster and hear the roller coaster sound, it just gives me butterflies, and no way am I going to go on it. But I do love virtual roller coaster rides. Those are so fun, and I will go on those. Because on a real roller coaster, if I close my eyes, I can still feel the movements, and I'm still going to feel sick. But if I'm on a virtual roller coaster ride, if I don't like it, I just close my eyes and just enjoy the bumpiness and everything, which is no big deal. My stomach won't feel so bad. But, so yeah, I'll go on the virtual roller coaster ride, but never a real one. And last fact, I am a morning person. I'm not a night owl. I never was a night owl, and I probably never will be. I was always a morning person, even as a kid. So that was my 50 random facts. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to do the tag, sure, help yourself, and make sure that you mention that you've done the tag so that I can watch you do your 50 random facts. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and have a good day. Bye.